you're running an organization or if you work in an organization, you might be surrounded by some of these underperformers. And these leaders are letting them go day by day by day without holding them accountable, without addressing the underperformance. So there's a couple of things that happen here. Those leaders, they go, or those people that are in that organization either say, okay, I'm doing all these things. This person's not doing all these things. Why am I doing all these things, getting paid the same amount of money as this person, but taking and putting more effort towards my job? So they either start slacking off or they end up leaving the organization to go work for a more high-performing organization. Organizations that have clear accountability see up to 21% of higher profitability. This is where we get the confidence in growing that revenue by 20% because we start holding ourselves to a higher standard. We start holding our people to a higher standard. That's where we get to see this growth over a 6-month period. It comes down to the accountability and the discipline in your organization. Effective accountability systems lead to faster execution, fewer meetings, and a reduced victim culture. And y'all, this victim culture nowadays is huge. It's everywhere. People are pointing fingers left and right all the time because there is a lack of accountability. There is a lack of ownership. And that's why today we really want to hammer on that topic of how do we start bringing this accountable culture into our organizations so that we don't have that victim culture anymore, so that we can grow our business forward and not have to worry about Bob and Susie and Joe not living up to our expectations. The consequences that we feel when we don't hold people accountable. When you avoid those difficult conversations, it's a ripple effect. Those top performers that we were talking about earlier, they're going to become less engaged, right? Those low performers not being addressed. When they're not addressed, those top performers are going to leave. Lack of accountability is going to be your number one reason your team fails to execute on its goals. And then the leaders who avoid tough conversations are going to lose credibility and will eventually tune your team out. It's so often that leaders are saying, oh, we're going to address it. We'll address it. We'll address it. And it never gets addressed. Well, that's going to be a problem, right? At some point, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to have that tough conversation. So what changes when you start leading with accountability, when you start holding people to a higher standard? Well, the first thing is the excuses turn into ownership.